morning, students. Welcome into the another session of CS02 Programming in C. As all of you knows that in our last lecture we have completed with the concept of one-dimensional array with definition, explanation, syntax and few example. Then we have started with the discussion of two-dimensional array. In two-dimensional array, even we have discussed about the definition and descriptive part of the particular topic. Then we have go for the syntactical part of two-dimensional array, and we have designed a one simple program in which it will accept the multiple values into the row and column and display same onto the screen. And then we have justified that matrices are used two-dimensional arrays are used for the matrix manipulations. So now in this lecture we'll see that how can we use two-dimensional array in matrices for general mathematical operations. Say for example, I have two-dimensional array, two different two-dimensional array like 2 1 2 2 in array number 1 and 1 1 1 and 1 into the array number 2. Now the resultant array is, whenever you add the elements, first array, first row, first element is added with first row of first element, which results 3 onto the screen. Then this one and this one is added, which results 2 onto the screen. This 2 and 1 is added, which results 3 onto the screen. And even this 2 and 1 will give 3 as an output. So selected values are the resultant array of all two previous arrays. Now we have to justify this answer by writing a logical lines. So let's go into the programming in C, or we can say the Turbo C editor. We already have designed a one program in which it will display whatever the value that we have entered. So what I am doing is I am just entering the values, right? That is 2 and 1, 2 and 2 in array number 1. Same like this, we have to add, we have to insert the values in two different arrays because addition requires minimum two values. So what I am doing is I am just copying this particular portion of nested for loop, and then I am pasting it after the variable called a of ij. That means same like this a2 into the bracket 2. Here I am declaring one more variable, that is b2, which is 2 rows and 2 column. And instead of this a of ij, here I am writing b of ij. What it does, it stores 4 value in first array, which is called as a, which is of two-dimensional array, and even it stores 4 more values in second array, which is called as b array. Now once the values are stored, what we need to do is simply we have to add the values. So for that, again I am writing for I is equals to 0, I less than 2, I plus plus, which is a parental control loop. Under this parental control loop, I am writing for j is equals to 0, j less than 2, j plus plus. And instead of scanf statement, here directly I am writing a of ij plus b of ij. That means it will add the two values. Now once the two values are added by this particular loop, it's time to print the output onto the screen. So for that, here I am copying the file and pasting it onto the screen, and I think no need to do this because we have directly printed the addition onto the screen. Let's check once. 2, 2, 2 and 2. Output should be 4, right? So 0 0 is added with 0 0, that is 4. 0 1 is added with this, that is 4. It's correct. So output is correct onto the screen. It returns 4 4 4 and 4 onto the screen. Now let's see this particular program in Notepad for better visibility purpose. So C drive, turbo C, disk, bin 2.c. This is the code. After declaring the library functions, first here I have declared our two-dimensional array with a name called A, contains 2 row and 2 column. Clear? Then second two-dimensional array that I have created, that with 2 row and 2 column, that is B. I for maintaining the row in both the array, and J is for maintaining the columns in both the array. Now it's time to read and store the values inside both the array. So this for loop, a nesting of for loop, first nesting of for loop, read and store values from the user in first array, which is called as A of I j. That means 4 values are stored in first two-dimensional array. Same like this, another for loop, another nested for loop, accept the value from the user and store all this value inside the another two-dimensional array, which is called as B. Now once the value are stored inside first and second array, it's time to display manipulated data onto the screen. So for the third time I am using nesting of for loop, which takes one by one values from the desired location and add that values with another location and display same onto the screen. So in this program, the speciality of this program is what? It use multiple two-dimensional array, number 1. It use multiple nesting of for loop, number 2. And number 3, in a single for loop, it retrieves the value from the desired location, it adds the values from the different location, and even it prints the output onto the screen with the third nested for loop. So this is the speciality of this program. Students, I can understand that this is little bit difficult to digest, but don't worry, in university examination this type of difficult programs are rarely asked, but we should require to have an idea about all these types of program. So I hope all of you have cleared with how to manipulate basic mathematical operations in matrices using our subject called programming in C. Now in this program we can modify the minor things and get many types of different results. For example, instead of this plus, what I am doing is I am changing the sign with minus. Obviously it subtracts the two value of two-dimensional array and prints the same onto the screen. Let's check. I am compiling and executing the program. My first value is 2, then 1, then 0, and then 2. These are the values in first array. Then in second array, one mistake is there. Instead of this A of 0, 0, I need to display it as a B 0, 0. I will change it. 1, 1, 1, and 1. Right? Now say for example, suppose we remove 2 minus 1, it gives 1 onto the screen. 1 minus 1, 0 is displayed onto the screen. 0 minus 1 is displayed onto the screen, and 2 minus 1, 1 is displayed onto the screen. So instead of addition, our program is converted into the subtraction program. So in this way, we can go for different types of matrices manipulation operations. I am just changing the variable with B from A because I have just observed that this is the wrong value displayed onto the screen. Let me rerun the program. See, you can see that instead of A, now it displays as a B. So now it is correct. And the remaining values are, say for example, 1. So relevant result is displayed onto the screen, that is 1, 0, minus 1 and 0 onto the screen. So in this way, we can go for subtraction operation for the matrices in one-dimensional array. Now just by changing from this minus to multiply and re-executing the code, the entire program works for multiplication of the two values. So it returns 2 into 1, 2, 2 into 1, 2 into the second column, third column same, and the fourth column same values are displayed onto the screen. So I hope all of you have a clear idea about how we can use two-dimensional array in matrices manipulations. So it's a little bit a longer program. Almost we have designed 33 lines, 33 logical lines for executing and implementing this particular program. Now without wasting more time, let's go ahead. As far as the syllabus is concerned, after two-dimensional array, there is a discussion of multi-dimensional array. Obviously, multi-dimensional array is an again a hybrid, or you can say one step ahead version of two-dimensional array. Previously, first we have started with very basic idea about the one-dimensional array. Then we go for two-dimensional array, and then it's time to go for multi-dimensional array. Even this particular concept is little bit difficult to digest. Even in Saurashtra University examination, this question rarely asked, but we need to have an idea about this multi-dimensional array, so we'll make a program for the same. So let's start with multi-dimensional array. In multi-dimensional array, what is the change? Let me remove this program because it's a very huge program now. We'll make it very shorter so it's easy to understand. I will type it again. First, what I am doing is, after writing the library statements, that is hash include stdio.h, hash include console input output.h, void main, opening and closing bracket. First, I am writing the type. Name of my array is A, then giving the row, then I am giving the column, and then again I am giving one more direction, that is diagonal direction, that is 2. it makes my array multi-dimensional array. Now I would like to speak something in our regional language. અત્યાર સુધી આપણે a of 2 થી ઘણા બધા પ્રોગ્રામ્સ કર્યા, એટલે કે a of size થી 2 તો નંબર છે, તમે 3 પણ લઈ શકો, 4 લઈ શકો, એની યુ કેન ટેક. પણ a of size સિંગલ સાઇઝ લીધી, એને આપણે 1 ડાયમેન્શન એરે કીધી. પછી a of 2 બ્રેકેટમાં બીજો 2, તો આપણે એને 2 ડાયમેન્શનલ એરે કીધી. Now it's time for writing 3 different sizes. એટલે કે 2 એક વખત છે, બીજી વખતે 2 છે, ને ત્રીજી વખતે 2 છે, ચોથી વખતે લાવી શકાય, પણ આપણે આટલું રાખીએ. તો મોર ધેન 2 સાઇઝ તમે જો સ્પેસિફાઈ કરતા હો તો એ એરેને મલ્ટી ડાયમેન્શનલ એરે કહેવાશે. હવે આનો યુઝ પ્રેક્ટિકલી ક્યાં, અહીંયા ઠીક છે આપણે શીખી લેશું, ભણી લેશું, તમે લોકો પાસે થઈ જશો, બટ વેર ઇટ ઇઝ પ્રેક્ટિકલી એપ્લિકેબલ ઇન અવર ફિલ્ડ ઓર માર્કેટ. તો 2 ડાયમેન્શનલ મૂવીઝ આવતા હોય છે, 3 ડાયમેન્શન મૂવીઝ આવે છે, 4 ડાયમેન્શન, હવે તો 5D ને કદાચ 6D 8D એ આવી ગયા છે. તો એ જે ડી વર્ડ યુઝ થાય છે, દેટ ઇઝ અવર ડી ડાયમેન્શન. તો અત્યારે આપણે 3D સુધી આયા ડિસ્કશન જે છે એ કરી શકીએ. એનીવેઝ લેટ્સ ગો હેડ. હવે અહીંયા 3 સાઇઝ આપ્યા પછી 3 વેરિયેબલ પણ આપવા પડશે, એટલે હું આપું છું i, j અને k. Then I am giving CLR function for I is equals to 0, I less than 2 for row I plus plus. Inside this parental for loop, first child for loop is for j is equals to 0, j less than 2, j plus plus. It works for the second size, then into the bracket for k is equals to 0, k less than 2, k plus plus. And in this third for loop I am writing scanf percentage d and person a of I, j and k, right? Then I am closing the first for loop bracket, second for loop bracket and the third for loop bracket. Now this is for reading and storing the values in multi-dimensional array. Now I would like to print all these values onto the screen. So for that what I am doing is I am keeping this nested for loop structure as it is, એટલે કે આપણે એને કોપી પેસ્ટ લઈ લઈએ છીએ, અને સ્કેનએફ સ્ટેટમેન્ટની જગ્યાએ આપણે ડિસ્પ્લે કરવું છે, એટલે અહીંયા લખી દઈએ છીએ printf. All are remain same. Let's check. There are no syntactical errors, so we can proceed with step number 2. We can execute the code. It holds for the user's value. હવે આમાં કેટલી વેલ્યુ એન્ટર થશે? પહેલી, બીજી, ત્રીજી, ચોથી, પાંચમી, છઠ્ઠી, સાતમી, આઠમી. What's wrong? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8 minus let me check by debugging the code. Here the value of I is 0, j0, k0. First value is read 2, then 2, then again 2, again to now j repeats. Let's check onto the console. This is the declaration of two-dimensional array. Then this is third. For ijk, everything is correct. Scanf percentage d, print the value proper index. Yes, here I have mistaken the thing. Got it. Let's go into the program. Here I have to give 3% d because I am printing three different variables, right? This is the mistake. Let's rerun the code. 2 2 2 2 2 2, and over here we have to also give 3% d for the three different locations. Just keep this thing as a single percentage d. Let's check again. Something more is missing. This program as it is directly into the C drive temp stdocs, sorry, turbo C disk, turbo C. I'm just replacing this code. Let's check, and first I'm closing the code, and let's reopen the program. 2.c. Oh, syntax. Leave it. We'll correct this particular program in our next lecture, and I will re-represent this particular code onto the screen. Thank you very much, students, for listening me, and have a nice day.